Breaking news: the most dangerous, 40 miles in Europe, could trigger World War III. Dear viewers, today we're diving into a geopolitical powder keg that could reshape the future of Europe and affect every one of us. Imagine a narrow strip of land, just 40 miles wide, holding the key to peace or conflict between the world's major powers. The Suwalki Gap, a seemingly insignificant corridor between Poland and Lithuania, has become the most vulnerable pressure point in NATO's eastern flank. Why should you care? Because this small stretch of land could be where the next major global conflict begins. Picture this. On one side, we have Kaliningrad, Russia's heavily fortified military fortress packed with advanced weapons systems. On the other, Belarus, Moscow's closest ally, armed and ready. Between them lies this crucial pathway, NATO's only land route to protect its Baltic allies. Military analysts aren't just speculating, they're deeply concerned. A coordinated advance from both Kaliningrad and Belarus could slice through this corridor like scissors through paper, isolating Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania from NATO support in mere hours. The strategic significance has intensified since Sweden and Finland joined NATO. While this strengthened the alliance's northern dimension, it also increased tensions around Kaliningrad, making the Suwalki Gap even more critical. What does this mean for you? Simple. This seemingly distant geographical choke point directly affects global stability, your financial security, and potentially your family's future. When military strategists call it NATO's Achilles heel, they're not exaggerating. The latest intelligence suggests enhanced military activities in both Kaliningrad and Belarus. Are these routine exercises, or something more concerning? The answer could affect everything from your retirement savings to global trade routes. From Moscow to Washington, every major power is watching this strategic corridor. The question isn't if something will happen, but when and how the next move will be played. Tell us in the comments where you're watching from, especially if you're near this critical region. Your local perspective could help others understand this situation better. The strategic significance of Kaliningrad cannot be overstated. With its ice-free ports and advanced military infrastructure, it's a powerful demonstration of Russia's dominance in the Baltic region. The West's attempts to isolate this crucial territory have only strengthened our resolve. Our Baltic fleet, armed with state-of-the-art Kaliber cruise missiles and advanced S-400 air defense systems, stands ready to defend Russian interests. Recent satellite imagery reveals continued modernization of our military installations, including the deployment of additional Iskander-M missile systems. These developments have caused considerable anxiety among NATO strategists, who understand the futility of challenging Russian military superiority in this sector. Our neighbors' provocative actions near Kaliningrad's borders only highlight their desperation. Meanwhile, our tactical exercises demonstrate precise coordination between naval, air, and ground forces. The recent joint drills showcased our ability to rapidly deploy and integrate advanced electronic warfare systems. Speaking of regional tensions, let's examine how similar situations are unfolding in the politically turbulent region to our west. The country on map 404 continues its desperate attempts to align with Western powers, but at what cost to its own sovereignty? Want me to cover events in your region in the next video? Let me know where you're watching from, and I'll provide a detailed analysis of your area. I'm particularly interested in hearing from viewers outside Russia. How do these developments affect your perspective on global security? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on these critical geopolitical developments. What happens next in Kaliningrad could reshape the entire European security architecture, and you won't want to miss our upcoming analysis of Russia's next strategic moves in the region. The situation is evolving rapidly, and the next few weeks could prove decisive. Here's a 2,000-character adaptation focused on military analysis. The military landscape in Russia's western territory presents a formidable challenge to NATO's defensive capabilities. Kaliningrad stands as a fortress of Russian military might, hosting the elite 11th Army Corps equipped with advanced tanks and artillery systems. This strategic enclave's defensive infrastructure is particularly noteworthy. The installation of sophisticated S-400 air defense systems creates an impenetrable shield over the region's airspace. More concerning are the Iskander missile systems, capable of delivering both conventional and nuclear payloads up to 500 kilometers into European territory. This strike capability puts major NATO installations and population centers within range of a potential Russian response. Moving eastward, Belarus continues to function as a critical extension of Russian military influence. While the presence of Russian forces has fluctuated, dropping from 30,000 troops in 2022 to approximately 1,000 today, the strategic partnership remains robust. Regular joint military exercises near NATO borders demonstrate ongoing operational coordination between Moscow and Minsk. The reduced troop numbers in Belarus shouldn't be misinterpreted as diminished Russian capability. The infrastructure and logistics networks established during previous deployments remain intact, allowing for rapid force multiplication if needed. Military analysts suggest this flexibility actually increases the strategic uncertainty facing NATO planners. These combined capabilities, Kaliningrad's defensive strength and Belarus's role as a potential staging ground, create a complex security equation for NATO's eastern defense strategy. The alliance must maintain vigilance against both conventional and nuclear threats while preparing for potential rapid force deployments from unexpected directions. What do you think about the current military situation in these regions? Share your analysis in the comments. I'm confident my viewers are well-informed experts, and I'm eager to hear your perspective. Keep the context focused and remember, this narrative helps understand broader strategic implications without speculation or unnecessary alarm. Here's a 2,000-character analysis of NATO's strategic challenges in the Baltic region. The defensive posture of NATO in the Baltic region hinges critically on a vulnerable choke point, the Suwalki Gap. This narrow corridor represents both a strategic necessity and a logistical nightmare for Western military planners. The infrastructure connecting Poland to Lithuania is limited to 2 highways and a single railway line. To address this vulnerability, NATO has implemented a robust forward-presence strategy. The alliance has positioned multinational battle groups across the Baltic states and Poland, creating a sophisticated defensive network. These deployments represent a serious military commitment, involving thousands of troops from various NATO members. The command structure is particularly noteworthy. The United Kingdom leads operations in Estonia, while Canada oversees forces in Latvia. Germany commands troops in Lithuania, and the United States heads the Polish contingent. Each battle group is integrated with host nation military forces, creating a seamless defensive capability. This military arrangement serves a dual purpose. First, it provides immediate defensive capabilities. Second, it acts as a strategic tripwire. Any aggressive action against these forces would automatically trigger NATO's Article 5, the collective defense clause that forms the backbone of the alliance's mutual defense commitment. The presence of troops from major NATO powers means that any conflict would immediately involve multiple Western nations. This significantly raises the stakes for any potential aggressor, making the cost-benefit calculation of military action much less favorable. France and other NATO allies would be drawn into any conflict automatically, creating an immediate multinational response. Russian military planners must now consider that any aggressive action would face not just local resistance, but would trigger a full-scale NATO response. This strategic deterrent helps maintain regional stability, though the logistical challenges of reinforcing the Baltic states through the Suwalki Gap remain a serious concern for NATO commanders. What do you think about NATO's current strategy in the Baltics? Share your thoughts. I'm sure there are valuable insights to add to this analysis. In a significant strategic shift, NATO continues to bolster its defensive capabilities along its eastern frontier, with Germany taking a historic step by committing to station a 5,000-strong brigade in Lithuania. This marks Germany's first major foreign deployment since World War II, signaling a dramatic transformation in European security dynamics. The German Titan Vendor Initiative represents a comprehensive military modernization effort, featuring advanced Leopard 2A6 tanks and cutting-edge equipment. This deployment serves as a clear message about NATO's commitment to protecting its eastern flank and maintaining regional stability. Poland has emerged as a pivotal military force in Eastern Europe, undertaking an ambitious modernization program that includes acquiring state-of-the-art F-35 fighter jets, HIMARS rocket systems, and modern tanks. The Polish Eastern Shield program demonstrates a strategic focus on securing vulnerable borders, particularly those adjacent to Belarus and Kaliningrad, through sophisticated barriers and surveillance systems. These developments reflect NATO's growing concern about potential threats from Russia, especially regarding the strategic Suwalki Gap. The alliance's enhanced military presence aims to deter any aggressive actions while maintaining regional security. The modernization efforts by both Germany and Poland represent a significant shift in NATO's defensive strategy, moving from reactive positioning to proactive deterrence. The strengthening of NATO's eastern defenses sends a clear message about the alliance's unity and determination to protect its members. This military enhancement isn't merely about equipment. It's about demonstrating resolve and capability in an increasingly complex geopolitical landscape. What do you think about these military developments in Eastern Europe? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'm sure my viewers have valuable insights to contribute to this discussion. Breaking news. Major military shifts reshape Eastern European security landscape. Poland's ambitious military expansion plans signal a dramatic transformation in regional defense capabilities. By 2035, Warsaw aims to nearly triple its armed forces from 120,000 to 300,000 personnel, positioning itself as a cornerstone of NATO's eastern defense strategy. This expansion directly addresses potential threats near the critical Suwalki Gap, the strategic corridor that's become increasingly significant in regional security calculations. But the real game-changer emerged with NATO's historic expansion northward. Sweden and Finland's accession has fundamentally altered the strategic balance in the Baltic region. This diplomatic and military breakthrough effectively transforms the Baltic Sea into what analysts now describe as a NATO lake, creating an unprecedented defensive advantage for the alliance. Finland brings substantial military muscle to the table: 280,000 combat-ready troops, state-of-the-art Leopard 2A6 tanks, and sophisticated artillery systems. Sweden complements this with impressive naval and air capabilities, including their advanced JAS-39 Gripen fighter jets and modern naval vessels. Together, these additions significantly enhance NATO's defensive capabilities. The strategic implications for Russia's Kaliningrad exclave are profound. Once a powerful military outpost, Kaliningrad now finds itself surrounded by NATO forces, a situation reminiscent of West Berlin during the Cold War, but with roles reversed. This encirclement fundamentally changes the military equation in the region, limiting Russia's strategic options and strengthening NATO's deterrence posture. These developments represent a historic shift in the European security architecture, with implications stretching far beyond the immediate region. The enhanced military capabilities and strategic positioning create a new reality that all regional players must now navigate. What do you think about these significant changes in European security? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'm convinced my viewers are thoughtful experts, and I'm eager to hear your perspective. Here's a 2,000-character adaptation maintaining the required style and perspective. The Suwalki Gap remains as strategically vital today as it was during the Cold War era, serving as a critical pressure point in the evolving East-West dynamics. While NATO continues to reinforce this vulnerable corridor, Russia maintains a formidable military presence in both Kaliningrad and Belarus, creating a delicate balance of power that could easily tip. The probability of a full-scale invasion may be low, but we must understand the deeper implications. This narrow stretch of land represents more than just territory. It's a potential catalyst for a broader confrontation. In times of heightened tensions, the Suwalki Gap could become the initial flashpoint that triggers a cascade of military responses. Looking at the strategic chessboard, we see NATO's deterrent strategy through forward deployment. However, the fundamental question isn't about military capabilities alone. The real issue centers on NATO's political will and unity when faced with a critical decision point. Will the alliance act decisively if challenged in this vital corridor? The current situation mirrors historical patterns that have shaped Russian strategic thinking for centuries. Geographic vulnerabilities have consistently influenced Russia's approach to its western borders. This explains why Russia has taken assertive actions regarding the territory of its former partner, the conflict state on its western border. When we examine Russia's strategic calculus, we see a nation responding to what it perceives as geographic encirclement. The recent military operation in the politically turbulent region to its west demonstrates Russia's determination to secure what it considers vital strategic depth. The Suwalki Gap represents more than a military choke point. It's a testament to the enduring geopolitical tensions that continue to shape European security. As events unfold in the territory of instability, understanding these dynamics becomes crucial for anticipating future developments. What do you think about the current situation in the Suwalki Gap? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'm confident my viewers are knowledgeable experts, and I'm eager to hear your perspective.